A while ago, I was working on an Epiphone ES-335 Traditional Pro for a video on the channel. I had planned on doing a full upgrade of the guitar. I had purchased a Mojo Tones wiring harness and a set of used Gibson Burstbucker 1 and 2 pickups for the project. The problem is, when I played the guitar, I really could not improve on how it played or sounded. Could not really bring myself to doing the upgrades, so I left it as is. Since I had the parts for the project, I set out looking on Reverb and eBay for an Epiphone ES-335 that warranted the upgrades, or better yet, needed a lot of repairs, something I could get for a low price. I found a non-functioning 1999 made in Korea Epiphone Dot Deluxe 335 that needed some TLC to bring her back to her glory days. Because of the condition of the guitar, I saved a couple $100 on the deal. When the guitar arrived, I inspected it to see what I would need to repair. Here's what I found. The nut fell off when I removed the strings. She was missing screws to hold the pickguard, and the screws that were there were actually stripped out. The strap peg at the bottom of the body was stripped and also falling out. The pickups and electronics were not functional, but the neck, frets, and body were all in very serviceable condition. There were no major finish problems or cracks anywhere. Everything that was wrong with her was fixable, and when done, I'd have a pretty, lightly aged guitar. She was perfect for what I wanted. First, I plugged the holes for the pickguard and then the strap peg, so when I reinstalled the screws, they would have something to grip onto. I used hardwood dowels and wood glue. I removed the old pickups and wiring harness. I would have needed to do this to troubleshoot and repair whatever the problem was anyways. I figured I might as well just replace them both with the parts I had acquired for the project before. I always get a little tense before feeding a wire harness into the body of an ES-335 guitar. My fingers are just big, and it's kind of hard for me to manipulate things through the F-holes. I used several tools and tricks to do the job. Nothing original from me. I've learned everything from watching videos and reading. The first thing you have to do is cover the guitar top so you can work without worrying about messing up the finish of the guitar. I purchased a while back one of the archtop guitar helping hands from StewMac for less than $20 that helps feed and manipulate the wiring harness through the body of a hollow body guitar. You can make one out of really thick gauge wire, I suppose. I don't think that a wire coat hanger would be strong enough to do the job properly. The StewMac tool is very rugged and it'll last for many years. It's just my opinion, but I think it's a pretty good investment. I also find that very long forceps are excellent helpers. I keep a couple sitting off to the side when I'm doing this project. To feed the output jack is easy enough. I feed some string or wire through the output jack hole, through the top, through the body, and then out the F hole. Then I just feed it through the center of the output jack and then put a large washer tied to the string or wire so I can't pull it out of the output jack when I'm pulling the wire through the body. I then just pull the wire and pull the output jack into place, and then when I'm all done, I feed the wire back into the body and pull it back out through the F hole. I soldered the pickups onto the wiring harness and also the bridge ground just before I push the entire wiring harness through the F hole. When you are installing the pot shafts through the body, you want to work from the furthest point to the closest as you do the installation. This way, you don't really have anything blocking you and you can easily move around. You have open space. I did need to open up the holes in the guitar some as I was going from metric to US measurements of pots. You can easily see if you need to do this by trying to insert a pot into the hole through the top, or like I did using calipers and just measuring both. I did not have pickups with gold covers, but I am okay with that. I could have replaced them, but I really don't want to. After everything was all buttoned back up, I put a little wood glue on the nut and reinstalled the strings. She has just enough patina on the faded gold hardware to make me be okay with the gold hardware, as I usually am not a big fan of it. I think it kind of goes really well with the red finish of the guitar and makes her pretty. Once I used guitar cleaner and polish, she really shown that she has a lot of years left in her. I took her in and hung her up on the guitar hook on my living room wall. For me, to do this is some kind of honor, meaning that I'm really pleased with the guitar. I love how it looks, and I'm proud of the work I've done. After I adjusted the pickup height, she sounds just as she's supposed to, and she plays beautifully.